all in the wrist. Watch how I flip. Watch how I whip. I'm in the whip. All in the wrist. I never switch.
Thank you, Coach. We are in the Pacific Northwest as we get set for football at CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Chicago Bears and the Seattle Seahawks. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Set 90 Wolf. Bring it. You draw quarters. Shoot.
They'll run on first down. It's Kane, and not the start he was hoping for there as he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Call it no gain on the game's first play, and it's second down now.
And 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
Check curls, check curls, check curls.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. The second down play, not much better than the first. Just a gain of 1 there. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, Herbert. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. Taking it about the 16. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Bears take over. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's the first carry for Tariq Cohen. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I had an old coach tell me before, they always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
On second down now, it's Cohen. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, so it was looking good, but nothing there, and now it's 3rd down and inches.
Go! 180! Right 54! Hey, alert! Go!
Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. Here comes the Bears punter now. Back deep for the Seahawks, Tyler Lockett. And this will pin him back deep. That's going to kick out of bounds right at about the 7-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? That definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
On 1st down, Kane. And he'll go down for a loss inside his own 5 at the 4. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Let's go now. 18 Gator. Check 45 to X3. 218, chopper.
This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And his first carry, he loses the football. And I think the Bears have recovered. They have.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense, meaning you're backed up close to your own goal line. Big-time emphasis on practicing that to try and create some room at no less to give the punter a chance to kick the ball away. It means take care of the ball, try and create some space. They were doing that, and the ball comes free.
What we got? What we got? What we got? Move.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Trubisky. Pressure comes, and Trubisky goes down. L.J. Collier. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
It's second down.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Hey, Sue.
57's a mark. 57.
Throwing here, Trubisky. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57. Here we go. Here we go.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Point after here coming up.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Makes the score Bears 7, Seahawks 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A gain of 2 brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's 2nd and 8. That's complete to his receiver, Kane.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
3rd and 2.
Set, ready? 60 or.
Rip left.
Ready?
On 3rd and 2, Herbert. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Now it's Trubisky. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Trubisky to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 16 yards is the pickup there and a first down for Chicago.
Hey, 18.
Looking to throw, Trubisky on first down. The screen pass here to Cohen. A swift move and then tackled just on the other side of midfield.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass, looked like it was coming together, looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Trubisky to throw again. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. 14 yards in a Chicago first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Trubisky. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and the return goes up to his own 17-yard line.
Well, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
They'll run on first down. It's Kane, and this will be a pickup of 4 here, up to their own 20. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 20-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day. Now.
2nd and 6. That one into the hands of Kane. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Herbert. Well, the 2 men come together, and it's incomplete. Excellent work defensively, brings up 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
Very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Trubisky will throw. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down for the Bears.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence, or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook, and a great grab on the other end. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Now it's Trubisky. And complete to Zach Ertz. And he is going to get the first down as he covers up after a pretty good shot there. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. Play action. Now Trubisky. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
7 yards there and a first down. Well, this is how you shake the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when and told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row. I'm going to stay confident, keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football. Not only did we just see back-to-back nice gains, but we're also seeing the confidence rise, not just for the guy who caught it, but the guy throwing it as well.
And these back-to-back catches here out of the backfield, that can set something up downfield in a later sequence, right?
A lot of the time, it starts to draw the defense closer to the line of scrimmage. So to your point, show this swing pass, show this check down. Maybe later on you heave one deep when you catch him close to the spot.
From the red zone now, here's Trubisky on first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Read it well, and it's picked. And he'll be brought down at his own 10-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On first down, Kane, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there, second down. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
The Seahawks on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 7. Looking to throw. Herbert. And that is incomplete.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. Now here's Michael Dixon, standing about a yard deep in his own end zone. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Fielded at the 20. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And 2 picks thrown here in this first half alone. We'll see how that affects it.
Can't wait to see where his confidence is, because the great ones, they'll throw 4 or 5 picks, and while it'll hurt their team, it won't hurt their confidence. They'll think something was just wrong with the ball or the wind or something was funny. It's never about them. That's how they stay so into the moment and into the game.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend.
I'm here all day.
From the 38, Trubisky. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down.
Check. Alert.
From the gun, it's Trubisky. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. So a dangerous pass over the middle into zone coverage, and it bit him hard.
And what's really difficult when you throw it in that direction and versus that zone, that means the linebackers have gotten to their spot, gotten their heads back around, and they can see the quarterback and everything in front of them. And they took big advantage of it, went the other direction, excellent blocking, and picked up a touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now Trubisky to Cohen out of the backfield. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot, and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first. And
a big loss here as he's taken down. Mack Wilson. Give him the credit for the sack and a loss of 14 yards. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now Trubisky. He's going to dump that off to his running back, Cohen. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
57, Mike, 57. Check 24, check 24.
Now Trubisky on 3rd and long. And the throw there going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Bobby Wagner, able to get back in coverage and knock it free.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. A good return there, 17 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10.
At their own 24-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And we're under a minute to go here in what's been an even first half, all tied up.
Yeah, still time to make something happen, too. A couple completions, just string them together, could get into field goal range. Let's see what happens.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Myers' kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So we will not go into the lockers tied. We do have a leader in the clubhouse, so to speak.
Yeah, it's only 3 points. Doesn't seem like much, but it looms big the way that they got it done right before the half ended.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half.
And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. We'll see if week one fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in, and he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A good pickup, 17 yards and a Bear first down.
First down, Bears.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And to give this time to the tailback. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
At the 45-yard line.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Trubisky to throw. Man open. That's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They'll drop the throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Give him a couple on the catch, it's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down.
Alert. Hey, Alpha. Check right 54. Right 54. Blue Dan. Shift. Red.
They'll look to throw here. Got a man open. It's Ross. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 20-yard line.
And the Bears' 1st down.
Trubisky will come up here 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive.
Pull it high. Undercut.
1st down, a run with Cohen. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
Hey, R7.
From the shotgun is Trubisky. Stepping up, he'll try and run. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Throwing here, Trubisky. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. But now it's 3rd and goal.
Now we got 3rd and goal coming up, and couldn't you imagine being in that huddle, partner? You know they're looking at each other saying, we can't come away with just 3 points after this drive.
Yeah, they've covered a lot of ground. They want more than that 3. This stadium once registered as the loudest roar ever recorded, and you can hear them now. 3rd and goal.
We want it. Come to my world. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
We don't want this.
Jim. He's checking him.
Out of the gun, Trubisky. And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. From 8 yards out, and the Bears have retaken the lead. Point after try forthcoming. That's one of those touchdown tosses where if it's an inch to the right or left, it's not a touchdown. He had to put it right on the money.
Yeah, and how did he do that? Everything around him, everything swirling, all the coverage downfield. Somehow he spotted the opening and put it right there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Off the play fake. Herbert. His throw incomplete. David Moore, the intended target, but now it'll be 3rd down.
The frustration is definitely setting in because they've thrown it to him over and over, unable to come up with a catch thus far.
I think he knew he would have his challenges against his secondary. I don't think he saw a goose egg at this point in the game. Back to throw. Herbert. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
This interception will go on the record of the quarterback, but as a receiver, you've got to understand where you are in the field. Middle portion, you know it's going to come in hot. Square your body to the quarterback and be ready to make the catch.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Trubisky. And he connects with Ertz. They give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
They'll run on 1st down. Cohen. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Recon, 132 fighter.
On 2nd and 9, Trubisky. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now it's Trubisky. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 35. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
We got this.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time, decent field position through the pick 6. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position and not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
Now Trubisky to throw. And he will find his man on the outside. A Chicago first down there on a gain of 11. With that grab, he now sits at 200 for his career, and maybe more importantly, a first down. Some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Seahawks have picked it up.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So, should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about any more.
And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bathema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 8.
Hey, let's go. 45. Mike, 45. I'm coming.
From the gun, Herbert. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that...
Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. 3 touchdown passes now for Mitchell Trubisky. And the Bears have once again taken the lead. Well, that didn't take long. The turnover instantly almost turning into points.
And when that happens, a lot of teams have the mentality of let's strike right now. You've got them off balance after the turnover or the takeaway. Let's go get it. And that's exactly what they did.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here we go on 2nd and 12. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. That's sacked by Khalil Mack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 50 51 yards on the punt there.
At their own 36-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. They'll run on second down with Cohen. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down.
And this is an absolutely big third down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big third down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. So they'll play the field position game here as a very nice punt is going to pin them back.
Yeah, it's almost like watching a game of tennis, or do you prefer ping pong? You know, back and forth like that? But it definitely was excellent, wasn't it?
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
At the 7-yard line.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Herbert. It's caught, Lockett. And they work this out past the 25. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. 3rd and long coming up. Defensively, you pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure, and if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Khalil Mack in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
Partner, you absolutely cannot take a sack in that situation. Now, it's also 4th down.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Herbert. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And defensively, that might just seal a Week 1 victory. It's 1st and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from it. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Again, it's Cohen. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it comes with exactly 1 minute to go in the football game. And his kick here is good. And high fives for that one as that drive ends in 3. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it? And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. Thomas, the intended target. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And with the defense out of timeouts, powerless to stop the clock, this should just be a couple of kneel downs. Caught by the tight end, Ertz. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Looky here, Trubisky wants to throw it. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. And now the decision is to go for 2. A gutsy call, and this, in effect, is your ball game right here. He's back to throw, and it is caught. They got the 2 points, and with it, they've taken the lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bears take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
We'll see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
A gain of 15. 1st down, Bears.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line. Now it's Trubisky. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the
So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Go. 49, check 49, check 49.
One last shot for Trubisky. Looking left side, and it's complete.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So the victory here for Seattle. And, partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
Real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Seahawks, they can breathe a sigh of relief as they're able to eke out the 1-point victory here in the opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the 49ers will come to town. Meanwhile, for Chicago, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to KC to take on the Chiefs. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Okay, 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay, I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay, all my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay, so when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now. Right pocket got zero, left pocket got pound. Somebody gon' want revenge, somebody might want it now.